Welcome, ladies. Ladies.
Welcome, ladies.
Hey, ladies. Welcome to the show. It's showtime here on News from Bed. I'm Patty. This is James.
Hey, I'm James. Welcome to the show. Do you think even one woman listens to this show?
I think so. I think she's a T-body.
What is a T-body?
Like she had a different body, got a new one.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
I guess you're right, though.
I still quantify them the same way.
Of course, when you need statistics.
When you need those statistics, then I'm a believer.
Yeah. That's what that song was about by Smash Mouth.
I'm a believer.
It's not by
When I
Smash
saw
Mouth, I'm
your
sorry.
cock.
Who's that by? The Archies?
Smash Mouth, right?
No, they did a cover for Shrek, but it's an original song by
Oh.
I'm a believer.
It's not
I couldn't leave her.
The Archies.
They wrote a song.
Are the Archie Monkeys?
Yeah. The Itchy Monkeys.
There
we go. That's a great start, dude. People are so hyped in.
We're back.
We're back, dude. We're back in the fray, dude. The
I
podcast
have
is launching, and I'm locked into the pod, dude. I'm taking off here, dude.
We have new tech. We have a new looking set. We have just a new kind of mentality here, but I have a pretty funny story to tell you about one of these sound buttons that I have added to this. I haven't revealed the button yet, what it is.
Right.
Because it's going to add to this story.
All right, I'm great. I'm ready.
But let's just say money for me has been tight. Welcome to Morning So, I'm like, I have rent due like 3 days ago.
Right,
and I haven't paid it yet because I don't have any money. But I should have a check coming from my job.
You should submit a payment, and then when it doesn't go through, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then you get to do it again. It's less suspicious. You fly under the radar.
Oh,
Submit a payment that fails. Maybe you'll incur like a late charge. You're probably already going to do that.
I already got the late charge.
So you got to hit it with the failure of the charge. You know.
Okay. Well, I guess I could do that, but I think my bank charges it and then charges me again, like extra money.
Yeah.
Like they'll let it go through.
Right.
I have like, there's times when I have like negative $600 in my bank account.
They're like, whoops.
Yeah. And
Nobody's watching, dude.
every charge is like a $10 charge. And then they tack 30 onto it.
Yeah.
So I'm like, this is crazy.
When you have negative $600 in a checking account, it's like driving on E. You're like, oh, I got to fucking find a place where I can get money real quick.
Yeah.
You
so
start looking into like your
I've been
Googling.
looking up semen depositories.
Yeah.
What's the one where you give not your blood, but plasma, blood plasma?
Yeah.
I've been looking up black market.
Yeah. To sell organs and teeth?
I'll sell you literally anything in, on, or around my body. But this is...
I'm around your body.
At least I still have my personality.
All right. I don't like that one.
It's a little long.
It's okay. It's just, it's not quick. You can do it. I don't care. But it's like one situation.
I would even go so far as to sell
my leg.
But
no, that's a good one.
But so I'm looking for ways, and I realize what's coming around.
Easter.
Tax season. Easter's also coming
and the Easter
around.
Bunny comes and picks up your tax return.
Exactly. So I'm
I already
like,
did my taxes. You haven't done your taxes yet?
I haven't done my taxes yet.
I do them the second I get the W-2.
Oh well, you're just like Mr. Go up.
No,
and get it
that's
done.
not what I am. I want the return quicker.
Well, that's now I'm remember because there's like things that happen in society that like allow me to. They like I'm like it allows me to like make some money along the way, you know.
What do you mean? Like a parade and you rob people?
Like I like will bank on like Christmas or some kind of event to happen where I know I'll be getting a little bit of money.
Did you get money on 9/11?
I didn't get any money on 9/11, but I did get the email to stay home. So to me, that was
shalom!
enough.
I didn't know.
Yeah,
wow,
so,
that's pretty cool.
So anyway, I'm doing my taxes, or at least I'm getting them together. So I went to Grok.
You're in the huddling phase, what we call it in the tax business.
Oh, really?
The huddling phase. Not really.
I was more scuttling. I feel like to get all my documents.
I can't. It's like a landmine. I don't want to reveal your stupid button.
If you ever want to hit it, it's this one. Right
I'm not going to remember. That's yours.
But yeah, I got all my stuff. I went on Grok.
Okay.
And I said, how can I get as much of my tax return as possible?
Okay.
And Grok said, since I have student loans, I got to get my 1098E form. Have you ever gotten that form?
No. What's that one?
I guess it tells you how much you've been paying for student loans.
And you write it off?
And you write it off. And I had no idea. I've never even used this form in my taxes before. So that's why I was like, I know Grok knows the way, you know. And so I had to reach out to my student loan distributors,
right?
Which I have two of them, Sally Mae and Nelnet.
Oh, Nelnet. That sounds dark.
Nelnet is dark.
Sounds like in Eastern Europe. You have Sally Mae loans?
I have Sally Mae loans.
You're fucked, dude.
I know.
I only have government loans.
Yeah, mine are. I have Sally Mae, Nelnet. I have the federal government or state, whatever government. I used to have Great Lakes but then they sold them to someone else. My loans are getting sold around.
Really?
Yeah. So I talked to Nelnet, got my form from Nelnet. Sally Mae, I was locked out of my account.
Wow.
I've been locked out of my account for 4 years. Never went into it
to check.
Never checked. I was like, I just hope I'm either paying or not paying.
Right.
It's like the Schrodinger's cat. One of the two has to be happening.
Right.
But I called them up and I was on the phone with them.
They're like, you never even got an education. We've never been here. Oh, it's a ghost on the phone.
And it was one of those moments where like an hour earlier, I had been setting up this entire soundboard on my computer.
Right.
So I had it previously set up so I could hear what the sounds were to play out of my speakers. So while I'm on the phone, she's like, we just have to make you a new account. So I'm like, okay, that's easy enough. And she goes, log in onto your computer and type this. And she has me type something. All of a sudden, I hit a button, and this is what comes through my speakers.
Uncle Laser is a faggot.
Through my speakers. Loud enough to where everyone in the neighborhood.
Uncle Laser is a faggot.
And she goes, what? And I had like my AirPods in, and I was like, I didn't know what it was. I was like trying to like fix something and like closing windows on my computer. And I was like,
$10,000 on top of your loan for that one. What a mistake.
I was like, I don't know. Sorry, I think something was on the neighbor's TV or something. I'm so bad at impromptu lying, like in the moment.
You gotta take more improv classes.
I do.
You're like, oh, sorry, that was the move.
Sorry, I'm a banana.
She's like, yes, and you owe $400,000 to Sally Mae.
So anyway,
I can't
Sally
believe
gay,
that
Uncle Laser gay. Anyway, but you recognize who that voice is, right?
Who is that?
You don't recognize this?
Uncle Laser is a faggot.
No, who is that? That's me? When did I do that? What did I do that? What's that? That's me?
On the Patreon episode last week, I was trying to hit a sound effect, and you said that like it was a sound effect. So I added a guitar lick and a little.
Uncle Laser is a faggot.
A little. A little reverb and a guitar lick.
I'm never getting a job.
Oh my god.
That should be my.
Well, here's the thing: that's going to be on the board
for the rest of
your life. I'm going to save that one for like mostly Patreon
for
stuff.
mostly Uncle Laser related content. Yes. Go to the Patreon. We're watching every piece of material Uncle Laser's ever produced. The Beer Olympics, probably getting his toes done somewhere.
But this will be the only time in any News from Bed episode where we'll even address whose voice it is and what the context of it is. So, and in the future, when they hear that, it's so distorted with like different effects. They're not gonna know.
No,
in fact, I will be the responsible, criminal or whatever, because I'm the one at the helm hitting the button. You know? So, if you know, it's funny, it's typing in stuff. If you're here, you now know exactly the story behind that.
Wow, you got some early lore. Guys, you're in. You guys are here at the ground floor, dude.
The ground floor lore, or as we call it in the bed business, snore lore.
You play it again.
But yeah, dude. So I was live on the phone, and I kept hitting that. It was like 3 times I hit that button.
Dude, when you're on a phone call with me, that's a podcast, so you got to expect some flair to it, you know?
Exactly.
If I could have a soundboard on every phone call, I'd be using that. They're like, sorry, sir, you're you're not gonna be able to see your kids anymore. Sorry, sir. You've actually your Apple credit card has gone to collections. No. My leg. I did a sketch once called Hotline, and it was a guy who calls to the suicide hotline, but the guys on the other end are like radio shock jocks. So like, hey, thank you for calling into Buzzy and the Burr. Please don't kill yourself.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and we were like gave away like I don't know. It was a funny sketch. We only did it live. We never.
Do you
recorded
get paid to be on the suicide hotline thing?
I don't know. That probably would indicate your quality of care.
Yeah.
Should we call it? No, they won't send someone here, right?
I don't know.
I don't think it's that involved.
It would be fun to call them and be hitting the buttons, but I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking jump off a bridge.
What was that? That's the call. It's the moon. Sorry, I'm a banana.
That's the sound. That's the sound of all the people outside
Oh.
trying to get me to do it.
All right. You guys want me to do a backflip or something? You guys are too much. Ladies, calling the suicide hotline during a stand-up set. Hey, how's it going, everyone? Like, you just want them to hear what makes you want to kill yourself.
Yeah,
was that bad? Should I do it?
This joke is not going well. Yeah.
Like, honestly, you were tight up top, but you kind of like fell apart towards the end once you started talking to the crowd too much. Oh, damn it! So maybe I don't know. Don't kill yourself, but just write a little bit more.
Wait, but did you like my joke about how
A believer is a
it sounds so real?
That's hilarious.
Yeah, dude. So
that
now
is the best sound. That's incredible. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're making them sound real too. Like you have the Taco Bell in the news from bed drop.
I know these are, and the Morning Good one is already just perfect. But this is the future here. Now we got the setup. I got the mouse pad here.
I don't want you to play that one anymore, though. You know, because
Yeah, we'll keep it low key.
No, not mine. I don't want you to play the Morning Good one anymore.
Oh, the Morning Good because of the recent controversy.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I want to be associated with him because I don't want one day for you and me to be sitting here like Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen after the Chris D'Elia tapes were
That's
released.
true.
That's true. And they're like, we didn't know him, and then we've been playing his intro the whole time.
Right.
He's framed next to your head.
That's right. Yeah,
because of the controversy.
There is some controversy. I don't know if you guys. We have an inside scoop here on News from Bed regarding one of the most prolific guests in the history of the show.
Yeah. It'd be your closest friend.
Michael
man.
Good.
Ed 2, Michael.
And
They spit on you.
maybe we're summoning some egregious juju by hitting that button, but he's a listener of the show. He's a fan of the show. He's a friend of the show. But I don't know.
Now turned foe of the show?
Now turned foe. This is his moment.
We'll be right back. More after this.
This is the moment
You ever get gum in your toes and fucking ass and stuff? My leg. Hi. Well, thanks for. Where is the Ungum Tower? We're the #1 sponsor of News from Bed.
At least I still have my personality.
There we go.
So let's get into it a little bit. A little bit of drama here on the Morning Good podcast.
Good. Oh no, all your searches. Hot ladies, big boob ladies.
Just sound effect.
Lady
guitar
sound effect. Lady boob slap sound effect.
So basically, there's a few things we're going to highlight here, but this is the most recent episode of the Morning Good podcast. Just that type of guy, episode 268. The guests, who are the 263?
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have corrected.
Who are the guests on this episode? We got Ethan Mead and Tommy Bayer.
Yeah, there we go. Big gets.
Related, Tommy Bayer, of course, related to Joy Behar.
Yeah. Distant nephew,
and Tommy could probably be like the pilot fish swimming around her big whale body. Is she fat? I don't even know. Or she's
fat
just
enough
old.
to say that she's fat.
Okay.
She's just an old. She's not a fat lady though.
She's just an old lady. But anyway, right off the bat, we're gonna get into this episode because we're gonna show you something.
For the F Shack. Love Dirty Mike. And the
Dude, this
boys.
is like hearing like Nazi German.
Hey, are you Dirty Mike and the
right
boys?
now, right?
Like
This is like watching Cosby post at least 60 of them.
You know, it's like I can't believe he did this to us.
What's this? They call it the podcast?
It like really irks me. You know,
Welcome
you
to the
think
Earth.
you know
Thanks. Oh, wait, hold on, start over.
too long of an
So here we go. The boys are all sitting on the couch. We got.
I remember this couch very well.
Yeah, you've sat on this couch. This is going to be fun.
Yeah. Oh,
This
dude.
is,
You want me to hold your mic.
This is Ethan Mead over here.
Yeah, presenting.
He's kind of
full
presenting,
missionary,
splayed
strong
out.
bottom energy coming from this gentleman.
Yep, you can actually see here. He's in what's called a spread V fashion. This is a new effect I have.
Drawing capability.
I didn't even. Here's the thing: is that's not even like. I didn't even want to do that. That's just.
You just wanted to show off your. Cool
I just wanted to
effect.
show that I have the capability.
Right.
So here's Tommy Bayer,
He's
little
looking
Tommy
right
Bayer.
at the crotch, though. He has some sort of attraction.
He's
to that
absorbing
area.
the crotch. So
Because
right
it is a
away,
dominant pose to take. So for Tommy to be zoning in on that, I think it is. Let's get it. Can you circle in on Tony's eyes? Can you or Tony? Tony, Tommy, Tony, teeny Tonys.
Yeah. So the angle. Let's draw kind of like a little
there
line
we
here
go.
to the
Zoom out a
angle.
little bit, and we'll get a look at it
And
because
then
this
we'll
is the
zoom
kind
out.
of show
Okay.
some of you are listening to. You know, oh, he's looking right at it.
So
you know?
he is looking right at it.
And there's so much tension in the room when you go on Morning Good because you can't jostle the Zoom recorder all the mics are recorded into.
Right.
'cause you're
There's
so,
a lot of pressure.
He says like if you touch it, the episode will delete, and then you're like scared that you're gonna accidentally delete the episode. It's like if you went like to a friend's dinner and he's like, if you go in the bathroom, my wife will die. Like that's
Right.
kind of what we're dealing with the pressure level when you go on Morning
No more
Good.
than 2 sheets of toilet paper. And, before the episode, he's taking a shit.
Oh.
He's taking a shower. He's parading around in
He's
different
wet. He's always
articles
wet.
of clothing.
When I
He's
went to your
always
apartment,
wet.
he's wearing a towel and he's soaking wet. And that's just the kind of guy he is. He doesn't dry. He's like, I'll drip dry. He has a towel around his waist, but he thinks, dude, it just makes my skin crawl. Let's get into it.
He likes to also try on different outfits and
Oh, yeah,
walk in the
yeah.
room and be like, is this good? Like, how does this make my hips look?
Right, and he's wearing the Kanye all black Klansman outfit.
Right,
like, well, no,
right,
maybe
right.
not for you, man. I don't know if you should wear that one. And then he puts it back in his closet, and he just has all the different color versions of it.
So anyway, Michael, he says something right at the beginning
Michael's
of this
interviewing
episode.
the brawny paper towel. Wow, big get, dude. He's
That is a big
and
get.
the Trix Rabbit.
What is this? A Milton Bradley commercial? Are they both from the same thing? No, they're not even.
That's
related.
a children's toy company.
What is this? A grocery
you
store?
absolute retard. General Mills.
General Mills.
And
so-
based on what we're going to reveal here, Michael's sort of a Count Chocula himself, because he likes to suck up the life force of. Let's just get into it.
Let's get into it. So right away, he's going to say something, and I want you to listen to what he says.
I can't
here.
wait.
All right, we're here with
like that.
Ethan Mead
Yeah, what's up, guys?
and Tommy Bear.
Yo,
and
let's
you
go.
were talking about
Very quickly.
He's
Look
getting
how
so high.
He jumps way up into the back of this.
Oh, what is he doing?
Into the what? Like nobody has ever entered a couch in this way.
He's like
like-
a small dog or a cat, perhaps, trying to perch his way up there.
He
on top.
is. This is the spot that a household animal, if you will, tries to get to into the couch. This is
You know what he told me? Can you zoom in on him again and maybe go a little bit to the left of him? He told me that this plant is a cotton plant to make black guests uncomfortable. Did you know that?
I did
He
not
put
know
that in there
that.
to make black guests uncomfortable.
to ward them away as
Yeah.
like a garlic to vampires.
Going back to Count Chocula, thank you for picking up on my theme there. That's called yes anding, and you should have done that on the phone when you played me saying something very nice about Uncle Laser. I don't think there's any problem with that.
I thought it was to try to get black people to tap the screen for engagement.
They're just trying to pick at it.
But anyway,
Oh.
he launches himself into the back of this
This
couch.
podcast has the worst posture of anything I've ever seen. Okay, Ethan looks like he's about to take off in a human slingshot. Tommy's slouching, and look at Michael. He's perched up there like your everyday house owl.
And
you know?
and James, we wonder why he would sit like this. Why wouldn't he just sit normally in the middle of the couch, and we're going to see here in a second. Okay.
About how I have a cool apartment and
Yeah,
it's
very cool.
super cool
Very
guy
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, I just want to. Has anyone talked about the layout?
Tommy says, has anyone talked about the layout? He's talking about the layout of the apartment. Okay, that's a reasonable thing that someone would say.
Exactly.
Now, I lived in this apartment. You go in, there's a big open area, and there's an L-shaped couch that's kind of in a strange spot in front of the bathroom door, which is that door behind Ethan's bald head.
Yeah. You walk into your old apartment here, and you're like, "Oh, this definitely used to be a hair salon."
Yes, exactly. And it used to be a drugstore.
Really?
Yeah.
Where they cut hair?
Where they cut hair. Yeah. The drug of a clean scalp. But this is that's a very common. Yeah, we're gonna move on past that. This is a very
At least I still have my personality.
Yeah. This is a very common question we get: is do people ever comment on the layout of the apartment? And he doesn't necessarily mean on the podcast. He means like
in life.
In life, when visitors come in. But let's see what Michael jumps to for his answer immediately. Let me go back here.
Very cool.
Super cool
very
guy
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, I just want to. Has anyone talked about the layout?
No,
Of this
it's
beautiful
mostly
place?
dudes being like, your fucking feet make me come so hard.
It's mostly dudes saying your feet make me come so hard.
Wow.
That's not anything to do with the apartment, Michael.
He didn't say that, Michael.
He
So
didn't
your
say that.
Your master class in redirection and manipulation of conversation is not going unnoticed by the news from bed community. I think you clearly took this conversation and what we like to say in the biz, railroaded it right into something that you wanted to talk about.
And that's what you say when you're looking for engagement, and you throw these barefoot puppies up on the couch. I'll tell you what, in a year of living there, I've never seen him sit on the couch this way.
Really?
Never seen
We
him
have
sit
a
on the
first
couch.
account, a first-person account of the history of this behavior here, and we're actually realizing here on News from Ed that this is like a new phenomenon. And I wonder,
A foot-nomenon, if you will.
beautiful. I think there's something afoot here, and that's not a pun. That's just how I feel.
But anyway, so he jumps right to the foot action.
Oh, he jumped all right. I'll tell you that.
There was something else he said as well. Let me go back here for a second.
Oh, I have a cool apartment and
Yeah,
it's
very cool.
super cool
Very
guy
cool.
stuff.
Yeah, I just want to. Has anyone talked about the layout? of
No,
this
it's
beautiful
mostly
place?
dudes being like, your fucking feet make me come so hard.
Yeah.
And everybody
And even Ethan over here is like, "Wait a minute, are you serious? That's
Yeah.
that's
Or
what
he
you
likes
decided
it.
to
He
say."
might be excited.
Does this look like a man who can experience any sort of excitement?
This is I can't believe Michael is doing this, and I think he goes on to explain a little bit. So
He
hit
does.
it. Hit it. So let's actually get down to the
Let's
caught
get to the
red-handed,
science.
No, it's
Beautiful
mostly
red
place.
dudes
flannel.
being like, your fucking feet make me come so hard.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks I'm pandering
Two
to them.
fake
I'm
laughs,
not.
by
I
the way,
just
immediately
I'm
follow.
comfortably sitting on my
Can you rewind and we can hear these two? Probably
hear
the
the-
worst
let's hear
fake
the
laugh.
two.
And full respect to these guys, we're going after Michael, but when you shoot for the moon, sometimes the bullets land among the stars. I think that's the slogan.
That's the saying.
But I'm just saying, you guys
About
don't
the
have to
layout.
appease him
No,
when he's violating the IP so bad.
mostly
place.
dudes being like, your fucking feet make me come so hard.
Me first.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks
Bad. You know, to like what is he? Caesar? You gotta appease the man at the corner of the futon. You
right.
Ah,
And Caesar did invent what?
that ape
The
retard
the
in the
salad.
apex of the couch. Ah. You better not come to Tampa in the next 2 weeks, buddy. All right, there's gonna be problems.
I think he's going to be here in June.
Well,
I'm
that's
actually
more than
kind
2
of
weeks away.
excited.
Keep it on.
Sorry. But anyway, okay, so he gets the fake laughs, but this is let's listen to what he says after this.
mostly
place.
dudes being like, your fucking feet make me come so hard.
Yeah.
And everybody thinks I'm pandering to them. I'm not. I'm comfortably sitting on my couch. I happen to not like wearing shoes.
I'm comfortably sitting on my couch.
Oh
Say it
my
with
gosh.
me. I happen to not be wearing shoes. Now, let's see if this is something that in Michael's past he also lives by.
Wow, you have corroborating evidence.
Here is a
Wait, that's you. Is
Here
that
is
me? Is that me?
that's
Is this me before I
you
took
and
my
me.
Steve Rogers serum that made me into super soldier?
This is me and Matt Bowman on the Michael Good podcast about 11 months earlier.
Wow, you went deep.
I went pretty
Are
deep.
you wearing a kimono?
Because I am wearing a kimono. This was during the kimono news from bed phase. This was around the time where I told him, he goes, man, my podcast is really stagnating. I need to get some more people. And I said, hey, Michael, if you want to get views on your podcast, just put your feet in the podcast. It's the easiest way to get views.
That's how we do it.
That's how I stumbled upon that accidentally. Never stopped doing that.
Right.
And I never will.
Like a pioneer in the Old West searching for gold, you stumbled upon the nugget of the toe.
Exactly.
And perhaps there might be some sort of treachery afoot trying to steal the nugget in a what's that movie with the Swedish guy who gets the gold and wants to...
Pocahontas?
No, we watched it. It's like Siku.
Oh, yeah. Sisu.
I think Michael might be a Sisu situation.
Maybe he's a Sisu, because remember what he said earlier? He said, I don't like to have my shoes on. I happen to...
He said, I happen to
sit comfortably on
and
this.
I happen to have my shoes off.
Now, look where he's sitting here all the way to the left. This used to be the spot. I used to have to get the bitch spot, and I would complain about getting that spot. I like to sit on the sides because nobody wants to sit like that,
Right.
So anyway, let's watch this.
Vulnerable.
Let's see what's on his feet in this episode of
Gotcha. Fucking
Morning
gets
Good.
over
Does anyone
there.
need a right angle?
All right, here we go, baby.
You know what I'm gonna fucking say? What are we fucking 3 minutes in? We're riffing without talking about jizz.
Yeah, that's
I'm
great.
so fucking proud of us. I know. It's just like I was like,
Oh, James!
Oh my
What
God!
is that?
Oh my God! Like a pro wrestler jumping back in the ring. Look at this! Look at this heinous behavior.
Look
Zoom in
at
on that.
this.
Not
Let's-
even shoeless.
Let's zoom in. Is that a sock I see? Oh.
Poor Matt Bowman, I'm sorry. You're getting dragged into it, dude. You shoot for the moon, you land among the fucking
That
stars.
is not a sock. That is not a barefoot. That is a shoed foot that we see right here.
A believer is a faggot.
And I gotta say, it's time you own up to your becomings.
You're
Michael.
encroaching in on our territory, and you're merely a tourist in the foot world. For I was born and raised in it, molded by it. I didn't know a sock or a shoe till I was already a man.
I was born in the soul. In the words of Bane.
Yeah, more like vein in my foot.
But the thing is, Michael he's gonna pass us in subscribers.
Is he
We
close?
haven't gained a subscriber on News from Bed in almost a year. It's been really bad. And I'd like to think, because it goes down, then it goes up, but it stays right around the same number. I'd like to think it's kind of a weeding out of the,
Right.
a feeding out, if you will, of people coming in and coming out who are just here for the content. Either way, when we see you say stuff like, oh, I just like to chill and put my feet up. No. That's not going to get past News from Bed Red Bar Edition.
Good bar.
But James, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Oh my
okay?
God, there's more?
This is just the tip of the iceberg.
Holy shit.
I have some very confidential. By the way, if you guys are watching this podcast,
Go to
Morning Good and type in News from Bed is watching in his comments.
There we go. That's what we got to hit him with.
And then everybody just type that once. Just that's all you got to say. News from Bed is watching. If
Morning Good podcast, News from Bed is watching, and make sure he's on sock watch. Okay, we're waiting for him to put some socks back on the
That's
toes
right.
and get out of our neighborhood. Okay, this is what we have carved out. This is the gold we seasued out of the river, and
That's
for
right.
you to come up like the villains of Sisu and steal our gold and shoot our dog is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
You're shooting our dog right now, Morning Good.
And I think until Michael decides to put socks on his feet, we should make him go and hang out with. Now you can figure out what I decided to say there,
Really,
but
it's not gonna take much figuring out, guys.
but anyway, so that's
Thanks
the
for stalling
development.
while you look for the right button.
But-
and then you will find. Perhaps you will.
This is
Oh, this is confidential information.
yeah. Can you close your eyes for a second, James? Because
course.
I don't want you to.
Are you typing in your password? Oh,
No, I just I want to because
Okay,
this
I'll
is like
close
kind of a surprise to you.
I'm ready.
I'm just trying to figure out how do I present. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is Michael sent me this picture. Hi, Mike. Thank you for applying for the children's performer position at clowns.com.
Wow.
We were thrilled to review your application and are excited to move forward with an interview. We have 2 interview slots available via Zoom. Please note that these are not the only time slots available. If you are unable to attend, we will not be able to consider you for a position. So the newest
tight rules on the clown.
it's very tight in the clown world. But the news is that Michael Good is applying to be a rodeo clown.
Wow.
Pretty interesting stuff here because he's got the socks off. He's got the clowns going on. You know, I can't blame him. I'm tight with money. If St. Pete was a big clown population, you could bet I'd have a flower that would squirt some water out of it. But
There's a sticker on your sock.
Oh, there is?
It's your social security number.
Is that a sticker?
What is that? I'm not taking it off. I'm sorry, I just noticed. I didn't know if it was important.
Oh, that's going to be really embarrassing if we did the whole thing and then
It's like walking out of the bathroom with toilet paper on your bottom of your shoe.
New York. Oh, this is a packaging sticker for the sock.
Oh, so it just came with the sock.
Made in Vietnam.
Oh.
This was made in Vietnam. Kind of like my drama. But anyway, so Michael, I guess I was the clown there, but Michael applying to be a clown. James, wait till you see this next photo. In a meeting, there's Michael Good with a clown
Oh
nose.
my God.
Welcome to Morning Good.
Wow. This is revolutionary, actually. This is opening my eyes.
This is
So what is he trying to
revolutionary.
be? He's trying to be like, it looks to be, what are we looking for? The passionate few. It looks like he's trying to be some sort of like Hispanic local access TV show.
So it's interesting you say that because I think let's take a look at who else is
Maybe we should
in
look at
this
these other
meeting
people.
here.
Maybe when these poor people, man, there's a problem.
I mean, you got some guy from clownboy.com. Is that
Yeah.
what it is? Clownyboy.com. And then you got
It says
like,
clowns.com, but he spelled .dot.
oh, okay. Clowns.com. You got a couple of ladies. You got kind of like a femboy Alex Ives looking character.
Right.
And then over to the right is like a girl in a TikTok video. But
Right.
Michael is the only one who stepped up to the plate and actually wore the red nose.
So you might get this.
So he might get this job. And we're actually going to find out pretty soon here if he does get this job because he got a follow-up email. Mike, George wanted me to follow up and see if you
Wow.
think this would be a good fit. He thinks you would be a natural clown.
Whoa! A foot clown at that! I like how the title
At least I still have my personality.
it's HR Clowns.
Yeah, so the clowns have an
Henry Rebecca Clown started our company in 1921.
I could only imagine what the HR for a clown company would be. Like, what would that job be? What's the onboarding process? Here's 4 mackerels that you're going to juggle. I put them in your desk for you. Let's see. Don't touch anyone in the big inflated pants area.
Just trying to get people out of Chinese finger traps on there.
Anyway, that's
Can you validate my gas purchases in the tiny car I drove 47 of us in?
that's the Michael Good saga. And Michael, we of course
We support you in your clown pursuits.
we
so
support you.
Great
we love
work.
you.
We're very proud of you. Good stuff. Good stuff.
That's it's some beautiful stuff you're doing, Mike.
Yeah,
and we're-
well, I think maybe a good transition away from talking about Michael. We can talk about something a little bit better for us, something that might get some work done for us. And I think that's getting some merch out there for our audience. Because if we're going to be going to war against other podcasts, we need to also have the capacity to embolden ourselves and protect our borders and build up our, our arsenal. So we need a little bit, we're going to...
I get that.
I had some ideas for some merch that I could pitch to you that I was wondering if the News from Bed audience likes a specific thing that I show, comment down below. And if you like something, we can go full force ahead. I have like a whole team of like 14 guys. We're making some like development little like samples of different products in this list. But I thought we could just.
I like this kind of dynamic thing because like I'm the head honcho, the News from Bed.
Yeah,
I'm the body pillow.
Sure,
And
me, I'm just the.
You're the duvet.
I'm the duvet, baby.
Oh, I guess we'll get to the weight loss thing a little after
this. Yeah, we
this.
can go after that.
But I thought of another maybe caveat. If you don't lose 15 pounds in 6 months or 6 weeks, you have to change your name to James Duvet.
No. No.
I have to change my name to Pillow Defino.
Okay. Sleepy Patty Defino. Yeah. You got to become Sleepy Patty.
All right, let's take a look here, James.
All right,
Number one.
This is our first one. I think it's obvious right off the bat. Socks.
Socks. I like
with you on
those.
them. I think those are nice socks. I think that's a nice vibe. It's obvious. So I think that's just something that we could get pretty soon.
That's pretty good. You did a nice job of
editing
by cutting half my face out here. You did miss this little bit of hair.
No, I like to think that it hangs off the back.
Oh, like a little curly string
like grown men don't get like nice little, cool things hanging off their socks. If you get like chicken socks, maybe the gizzards hanging off or something. So I think maybe having your hand kind of there, like sort of like, oh, use me to pull up the heel.
Oh,
hold my hand.
Okay,
I'm
like
Patty.
a shoehorn.
Yeah, you're like, I'm Patty. Take my hand, and I will help you. Put your sock on better.
Wow. Yeah. I wonder, much like a shoehorn. I wonder if a
lot of you'd zoom in. Also, I'm like cutting it like I literally thought like it looks all right from a distance. He wouldn't zoom in on it. You literally zoom in on me, just cutting the image in half.
I wonder if when someone gets a boner from watching this podcast, they call it a shoehorn.
All right, let's go to the next.
Let's go to the next one.
All right, so this is another idea I had. I think it's a good idea. Used socks. So you get a sock with like the episode number. We write it. We put it in. We get it PSA graded like a Pokemon card.
Sure.
And then the authenticity increases in value.
It's our own professional stink assessment.
Yeah, and so I think that might be a way for us to kind of like get into the NFT market.
That's not a bad idea.
Everyone gets a sock. There's a whole sock trading network of News from Bed socks.
Yes.
And it kind of goes into your trading card thing. It's a little way to play out the game.
The nose funkiness token.
Yeah, there we go.
That's pretty good. I think this, honestly, James, maybe one of the best ideas like we've had on this show. It's something people are clamoring for.
Of course.
They want the socks.
They're begging.
They don't want them new.
We should call this show Japanese vending machine. The way people want our undergarments.
We should. Yeah. All right,
let's go on to number 3. This is just a great photo of you, honestly.
Oh, wow. Just a nice photo of me.
I just think this might have been your peak in the past couple years physically. I think this is the best you've looked. Okay. And I think that, like, maybe, while
Do you think I should grow the hair out again?
I think the hair looked great. And if you go to the next slide, there's some more details about things I like about this photo. So I think there's a deadness in the eyes that kind of gave you this, like, luster and this kind of, you see there's, like, something lost about you. But
there
something that, like, a woman
kind of lost.
Or, like, an older person would want to like help you be reunited with your mom at like TJ Maxx or something. And there's something.
Look at this fucking face.
No, dude, I think this
is
a
crazy looking face.
No, it looks very normal. I'd see it on a quarter. You could be a senator one day with this face. But I think that this like stylistically was like your peak. Go to the next slide.
This is like the face I make when I shit my pants. I mean, it's funny when you zoom in on something because like when I saw this photo, I was like, this is a great photo.
Oh yeah, and then so I like the way like your careless hand kind of falls to the side. I think that's something that's nice about it. It's like sort of like a, I'm here, I'm Patty. Like it's a like, confidence.
What do you fucking want from me?
Yeah, I think that I just wanted to, they're not really merch, but it is just something I wanted to call your attention while editing.
Right,
it's a great photo of you.
Okay.
And you should use it more, and maybe let's get. This is like what we hang over the toilet while we're taking some shits while we're losing weight. While you're shitting, while we're shedding our old personalities, we embrace new ones, and I think that this is
right. Maybe I can get a poster of it above my bed.
Yeah, like a fat head,
Yes.
Remember fat heads?
Oh yeah, I remember fat.
You probably had a couple.
I have one. I am the proprietor,
Mr. Head. Okay, so some more merch. There's some different ideas that I
So
have.
number 4.
It's number 4. So some T-shirts.
T-shirts.
T-shirts are a
That's a
big
good
part of. I
idea.
think people like having T-shirts, repping the brands that they like. So if you take a look at some of the T-shirts,
What if we did Morning Good T-shirts?
we sell them?
We sell on newsfrombed.com Morning Good T-shirts.
That would be so funny, and he doesn't get any money.
He gets none of the money.
Welcome to Morning Good.
But we could put his feet on that. He would get some followers.
They say like really heinous stuff on them, but it says Morning Good Podcast. Women should not be allowed to vote. Morning Good Podcast, and it's quotes.
Yeah, it's just like the Kanye swastika, but just with his boner sticking out of the side of one of
And
them.
he's sleepy 4 times. He's like, oh, I'm waking up.
Yeah. That's okay. So T-shirts, I think this is a good one. Oh, I like this.
Just basic, you know, get the logo on
This
there.
is good. Yeah, a little news from bed action there.
Yeah, there we go. That's
There
the
we
armpit
go.
of it.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so that's
and
like-
a heather green.
Yeah,
one.
there you go. Yeah, this.
I
yeah,
like that. That is heather green, right? I got my blue sunglasses on. So
I don't know. I think it's like a mint-esque color, but a heather green
Okay.
I'll accept. This color of a shamrock shake.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. A black. I love a good black T-shirt. That's something I would wear for sure. It gives me like kind of Kid Cudi vibes.
Right.
with
Yeah.
all black and that kind of nighttime thing.
Yeah.
I don't know why exactly, but I know almost exactly why. Okay. All right. This is a shirt that looks like you drew yourself. And it doesn't look proportionally good for any kind of shoulder or neck
Right.
action.
Right. Right.
The sleeves are a little short.
Right. Well, it's not getting into semantics. It's just a pitch. You can just move on. You don't have to.
The collar is very thick.
It's a pitch, man. It's not
Okay,
a product in your
all
hand.
right.
You're not the Shark Tank. So
Okay, there's a. I'm still confused as to why in the middle there was a shirt that was something that you drew.
Unbeliever is a faggot.
But anyway, let's keep going here. Okay, this is a disgusting looking shirt. That's green and kind of tilted off axis with the same background just slapped onto it. Oh my god. There's this disc golf player named Ezra Aderhold who wears clothes that are 3 times too small. This is something I would see him wearing. This is crazy.
Yeah.
I would never wear this shirt, James. I'm going to be honest.
okay. Well,
If I get to use my executive power to veto one object, it's going to probably be this shirt. I'm just hoping that the next shirt is, it's not much better. Maybe it's because the logo hasn't been printed.
right.
You know, if it prints it, it maybe kind of embeds itself a little bit better into the T-shirt. But here it's just like, this is just like a rock concert at the jazz bar, you know? Like it's a little
ska.
ska.
It tells me ska. You know?
Yeah, it's a ska at the the dentist.
Yeah,
It's
ska
like
at the dentist.
Ska at the dentist.
Ska at the dentist.
Which is like probably the name of one of their ska songs. But yeah, same T-shirt, different colors, still on that weird axis. I get that this
It's
is a
bit
pitch.
off. It's a little off pitch. No, I think
It's
that's
a
the way.
pitch.
No, I think that's the way they print it. It's a little off. You know.
Oh,
Like
so you're
Spotify, their
kinda-
logo isn't perfect, and they go, "We don't fix it because that's not our
Right,
priority.
right.
We're not about logos. We're about music. you know?
Right.
So we're not about like even designs that are like
Yeah.
balanced.
And I guess to your point is like most people are not symmetric. You know, their faces aren't
Yeah,
symmetrical.
maybe it'll distract people from how ugly you are. Not you, but like someone who's watching.
Okay, so we're still on this theme here with the
Like,
different.
go to the next one.
I feel like you could have just said, "Here are the other colors."
No,
that
these
you
are
have.
pitches, man. These are just like
Okay. This is like,
Wait, let's see the next one. It does get different. It does change. I promise.
it hasn't changed
This is the last one. I promise.
at
I promise.
all. Yeah, there it is on the green one. There we go. So that one, it looks okay on.
Clearly yellow. Also, you said green. Daddy
but-
reveals
Oh, it is
his
yellow.
color blindness.
No, I have blue sunglasses.
Oh, Sorry.
But anyway,
Let's go to the next one.
Well-
Change up. Come on.
I'm starting to hate this design. With every progressive shirt that
Right.
that shows up.
Right.
I liked it at the beginning,
Right,
and
right,
now you
right.
ruined
Right. Check the next one.
Oh
Check the
my
next
God.
one. No, they changed. They're all
James.
different. They are different. They're all different. The next one's different, I promise.
James. They're all the same. This is insane. Yup, here's
What do you think of this one?
oh my God,
You
this
see
one
the
is just
differences?
slightly in a slightly different location
Oh, all right.
than the one before.
I'm
that's
taking in
so
all your
high
advice.
up on your chest. That's like where the slot is. If you were like you almost look like an Among Us character wearing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
There go the next one. Go to the next one.
James, how many? Okay.
Okay. So now that we got through the basics. So this is one of my favorites. I think it might be one of
Yeah.
So it says, I'll take 1 chocolate milk with 2 straws.
That is a famous Patty DeFino quote
yeah.
at a what was it? An IHOP,
An IHOP?
in Union Square.
Yeah, the worst IHOP in America. You could
Oh, yeah. So this was during my dating days.
say. Yeah, when you were still interested in women.
I thought it would be funny to make a big scene and say, I'll have 1 chocolate milk. And I looked at my betrothed at the time and said, with 2 straws. And nobody laughed and everyone was uncomfortable.
Yeah, but I never forgot.
But yeah, you guys bring. And again, we have the crooked kind of like.
Stop
It is-
focusing on that.
Oh, and that's
so this.
the
No.
The back is a shit. Oh no, that's the front of a different one.
No, that's the back.
That's the.
Sure. No, it's the back.
Okay.
No, you picked up on it being the back. That's all that matters.
Oh, okay.
So I think
all
that's
right.
like, you never seen a shirt with that on the back.
And I've
right?
never seen a chest on someone's back.
You don't know what my back looks like, dude. You don't know. I work out delts.
Oh my God. So that's the chocolate milk
Yeah.
at the end of the day,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
Okay. Well, that's very, very cool.
You like that one?
I like that one. I came for the feet. This is honestly great
You like
shirt.
this?
This is exceptional.
I do think this one's pretty good.
Because it's like a double entendre.
I know,
You know?
yeah.
And it really works here.
Uncle Laser is a faggot.
You're like,
I'm
I
like-
have all these new sound effects, and you keep playing that one. But this one is good. I think this. I was confident
I'm
that you would like this
sweating.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you sweating?
I feel great. It only lubricates my conversation skills. So check out the next one. The next one's in a similar vein, but same idea,
I came for the feet and stayed for the bed. That's pretty good.
That's not bad.
That's kind of a play on like you come for Shane and stay for Matt.
That's not what I was thinking. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
But that's good. Is that what they say about Matt and Shane's secret? Bond?
Yeah, yeah.
You come for the feet, but you stay
They for the bed. Yeah, that's true because the bed does endure. That's
Yeah.
a nice one. I like this one. So far, I think there's like at least 6 products here that we could sell realistically.
What do you think of this?
Oh, fuck yeah, it is. James, I'm not gonna lie, I don't get this one. It's got 2 tattoos that you get like around your thigh if you're like weird and like
Samoan.
slightly disabled.
Samoan or from Philadelphia.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's always Samoan Philly. And
Yeah.
it says, oh, fuck yeah, it is. Is that like a thing that was ever said by us that we like laughed at? No, it's just a thing you thought of. And there's no branding. There's no no news from bed representation on it. In fact, this is like almost the opposite because there's like vines and thorns.
Yeah, and we're like the lovely flower.
This is closer to a Snow White t-shirt than it is to a News from Bed t-shirt.
Right.
But anyway, I'm going to have to probably say no on this one. I'm not
Okay.
going to completely, disregard it entirely.
Right.
But
Well, I'm flooding you with options so you know.
Don't stop. I'm gonna pod. Let me get a look at this. Okay.
Same picture. Great pick.
Same pick. I don't know why.
Again, you love the armpits. Is that like a quality indicator for you?
Don't stop. I'm gonna pod. And it's just a photo of me, and my. It's cut off.
Well, of course it's cut off.
It's cut off right here.
All right, keep going.
Okay.
Do you like this one or no?
I do like it. It would be a little expensive to print, though, with all those colors.
Right.
If we could get that in black and white, maybe.
Well, this one might be a little cheaper. I think this is good.
That's just me. Just me. My upper body on a shirt. I probably couldn't wear this.
No,
to be honest,
you couldn't wear it.
It would be. You should.
I do like shows. I film a special in this shirt.
Yeah.
With a flannel over it.
Dude, you know what we should start doing is just getting shirts with our friends on them.
That's a great idea.
And just wearing them around.
Like a Kiwi Weintraub
Yeah, just
hoodie.
a Kiwi Weintraub. Like
It says their name. It says their @ on Instagram underneath it.
Yeah. Oh,
You can look at
new.
this one.
Okay, this is like a Wingdings kind of news from bed, and this from is a little busy, I gotta say. It's I think you could have used a less of a intrusive font here, you know.
Well, you're not gonna like all of them, you know.
Because I love the idea of this.
Yeah.
Because some people might say like paper from sleep or something, but
Yeah.
those who know, you know. It's like Tiger Belly. If I saw a shirt,
Lies from dreams.
yeah, lie, fake news
From fake coming. From fake
from wet
orgasm.
dreams.
You know, I think it's a
I get my news from wet dreams.
Oh,
I like the like kind of, you know, the whole thing
Sure,
with
I
this.
think
This
it's-
is
yeah.
pretty good.
And then of course
Okay, Bernie Miku Santron right here. That's a beautiful one. I was trying to make up a graphic like this. Couldn't get one that looked this good.
Well, you know, you're welcome to use it whenever you want. And also I think it's a great idea for a t-shirt.
I think it is too, because I think it begs for attention.
Dude, when we do news from BedCon at a conference center and all the guys are walking around cosplaying as Miku Santron,
It's
incredible.
It's gonna all be worth it.
Burnku Meek Santron, the AI Miku of Bernie Sanders that Joe Rogan and Donald Trump forced him to do when they got into a physical fight. I think it's a
At
great
least
idea.
I still have my personality.
At least I still have 1% of my personality, and I am in the Miku-verse.
I like this.
Patty, I'm on a t-shirt, and it's made of 100% polyester.
Well, this is
And I think
beautiful.
that's it. I don't think there's one after this. Yeah, that's it. So,
Oh,
I mean, there's
wow.
some hits, some misses, but that's what a pitch is about. you know?
That's what it's all about. Let's give it up for James. That
I do it for you. I do it for you people. That's what I do it for.
was great. I gotta say, it makes me very proud to have you as a friend when you come, you know, with
Period.
ideas
Period.
like this.
Makes
When
me
you
proud to
come.
have you as a friend. When you
I'm
come.
so glad you text me every time you come. I mean, I was for a little while gonna tell you don't have to do that. You could maybe stop.
Well, you're doing no fap, and I was doing extra.
Extra fap.
Yeah.
Fap and fap. It's like half
Half
and
and half. Yeah, where half of my time I fap, and the rest of it I also fap. Fap and fap. Yeah. I
But,
cup my coffee with my...
Now it's
Grism.
endearing, you know, it's like, okay, at least I know he's thinking about me when he's maybe not when he's coming, but immediately after.
Right.
That's,
Well, immediately after I came, I made all these T-shirt designs, so I think it might be a great creative space for me.
That's true, and that also does mean that there's no kind of external subliminal ideas,
clear mind.
a clear
Oh, yeah.
mind.
Clarity jerk. That's what I call it. I jerk off and then I go and make art. And
Yeah.
it just looks like Jackson Pollock sprays. Just what I wish I was doing still. Like, blah, 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 blah.
Wow. Well, I can't thank you enough, James. That's really nice.
You could start. You could try. You know.
Well, let me start with this.
No.
Unbelievable.
That's thanks enough. That's thanks enough. Thank you for censoring it. What a great thank you, Patty. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
When I take the headphones off, it feels like I'm taking the.
It's
like,
hot, isn't
it?
it?
Just feels like I'm exiting the Matrix, and I'm bald, and I have a hole in the back of my head. I feel like I'm like being reborn because of the moisture that's. There's actually a small ecosystem forming on the inside of my ear from the heat and the humidity. Yeah. So if you want to eat some
An
portobello
ecosystem
mushrooms-
or a Miku system.
Hey, you can ask Bernie Sanders about that one. Let me tell you.
So I guess the last thing here we should address in this main episode, and then there's a ton of other stuff that we're going to talk about in the Patreon. Go to patreon.com/news from bed, especially if you like bare feet, because they're there.
My leg!
But also if you like
My foot!
if you like just bonus content, there's a bonus episode. It's going to be a lot of fun. But the last thing we're going to do here is we're going to talk about, I guess maybe should we put the video in the beginning of the episode or put it in like now?
We could put the video at the beginning of the episode.
Okay, so at the beginning of
Maybe
the
we
podcast.
could just put it in now then, though, because it doesn't make sense at the beginning.
Yeah, we'll put it in now.
You want to record it?
I'll record it on mine. I got it. No, I don't know. I'm not claiming that. All right, let's see.
Toledo.
Big weigh-in
I'm going
moment.
to take a guess. 230.
No.
Is it not?
No, it's higher than that.
Is it really?
It's like good amount higher than that.
No way.
Turn around.
No
Yeah.
way. Big man blast.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Let's see. I'm just gonna look. 270.
270. Dude, we are.
Dude, I got metal bones though. That's like I'm actually like 113.
So, okay, you're going to see something about. Maybe we'll talk about it a little bit here, but we're going to weigh in at a Publix. And the goal is, I guess, 6 weeks from the next
When
episode.
this episode comes out.
When this episode comes out, me and James have to lose 15 pounds each.
Right. So that's an
It's-
average of how many pounds? Like about a pound or 2 pounds and some a week.
A week.
Okay.
And
So we'll get our weigh in, and then we're going to go after it. And we realize that we have to be sexier if we want to be big in this industry.
That's
we want
right.
to be big podcasters laying in a bed. We might as well be ripped while we're doing it. So we're putting some stakes on the line, and by stakes I mean porterhouse. So what are the stakes again? We have 6 weeks to lose weight. So when this episode comes out, where's my phone? I don't care. We have like
I
a
can
certain
do it on
amount of
mine,
time. You know, we have a certain. Oh, dude, my phone. Isn't that good though? I don't know where my phone is, and that's
That's
a good
kind of
sign.
nice because you didn't even think about it the
I didn't
whole
even think
time.
about it the whole time.
So this episode is coming out on April 6th. So 6 weeks is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. May 18th. The
That's when we have to
518.
do it. That's
Isn't
when we
that
have to
like-
lose weight by.
Isn't that like there's like a thing May 18th? Isn't that like a Mario Day?
No, you're
it's-
thinking of 418. I don't know. 314. March 14th is Pi Day.
Yeah.
May 18th, I have nothing associated.
May
Maybe it's
18th.
someone's
I
birthday.
feel like it's a day where they just like killed 1 million Jews or something.
Yeah, it's
It's
May Day.
some kind of-
It's
it's
D-Day
May.
actually.
Yeah.
So we have to
There's-
lose. We have to lose 1,000 pounds by D-Day.
D-Day. Yeah, 15 pounds in 6 weeks.
We'll see if we can do it.
We're gonna see if we can do it. Should we put a weigh in every episode?
Maybe we'll put a weigh in every how many
2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks, yes.
So it'll be like it'll be like a 2 week, a 4 week, and then a final weigh in.
There we go.
And
that halfway checkpoint, you'll get to know if we're actually getting close.
Right. So you'll get to kind of see incrementally if we're doing any better. But the stakes we're doing is if I lose 15 pounds by the allotted time, I get to smoke weed again. And that's going to be cool because I've been dying to smoke some weed.
Yeah.
And I will, of course, put the weight back on after I smoke the weed. But it's a nice little treat to have, and I think it's pretty good.
Right.
And
And if
then-
I don't lose the weight by the end of it, I have to take my socks off on the podcast.
At least I still have my personality.
That's
So
right.
that's my threat. If I don't lose 15 pounds in 6 weeks, which like there's definitely like a dietitian like that's a very unhealthy goal to have, but I don't care. Let's do it.
Wait, is that a lot?
I don't know. They always act like shit's a lot when it isn't. I think 2 pounds a week and a little bit more is probably not that hard.
I don't feel like it's that hard. Well, I shouldn't say that, but I feel like it's definitely doable because it's not like we're two guys who are just out there running marathons all the time. You know, like there's weight to be found that can be lost on our bodies.
Yeah.
And
Like we could lose 8 pounds just from like water weight in the first 2
Right,
weeks. And then we're
exactly.
halfway there.
Yeah, and I was trying to think of. I thought maybe we could come up with a couple ideas here if we can think of ways that we want to.
Sure. Yeah.
Try to lose some weight, but
I think doing some more disc golf, getting out there, being active.
disc golf is a big one.
That's a good one, and I think starving ourselves and making ourselves look more gaunt.
Starving
Your cursor's covering your words, by the
for
way.
gauntness. It's like bowling for soup.
Yeah, yeah, that's our band. Starving for gauntness.
What else? I guess like eat
Eat fruit and
less sugar.
shit. Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
I don't
and maybe for me, this is a specific one. I mean, like drink less beer.
drink less beer.
Maybe install more
James.
mirrors in my house so I have to look at myself.
Oh
more.
yeah, more reflections.
That's a great one. That's a great one. Supporting each other. That's gay. Don't write that.
Athletically.
Homosexual relationship.
Athletically.
Well, you put eat less sugar, so I don't think you really need to pay much attention to spelling.
support each other.
Okay. Set goals, clear goals, perhaps, so we know, like, I want to run this much.
Oh yeah, so like incremental goals.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the thing: is like I really don't even want to exercise, and I know I'm gonna have to.
Yeah, you have to.
Disc golf seems like it's pretty good. I'm gonna ride my bike a lot. I think I'm gonna do a lot of bike riding.
I think I'm going to, like, get crazy about it. I think that's what's going to happen. I think
We're gonna
there's
have to
be a-
go like total Rogan Burt Kreischer.
Yeah, you're
mode
going to
on
see
this.
me with my nipples out in an ice bath in about 6 weeks, and I think it might change the content of the podcast.
Yeah, because I've been just eating like shit intentionally because I'm like, if I start exercising and then I cut down on the food, I'm gonna have to I'm gonna lose some weight. But
Yeah.
15 pounds, dude. Now I'm thinking about it.
Well, you lose less, though. You just continue not to smoke weed. I have to expose myself on the podcast.
Yeah, that's
So I think, it's like shooting at Michael and hitting Tommy Bayer in the face. You got to shoot for 15, but if you land among 13, at least you'll feel better about yourself.
that is true.
So you just got to shoot for it and see where you can go.
That is true.
Balls to the wall, 6
Shoot
weeks.
for the. I hate that saying. Shoot for the stars and you hit the moon or
Shoot for the
whatever.
moon, and if you fail, you'll land among the stars.
Not astronomically correct.
Yeah, I shot for the moon, and I landed at Star Bar, where I wanted to kill myself.
Oh, I forgot to tell you this. This is a good story to tell to end the podcast. I was playing disc golf the other day, and I was going and I was like taking my bike off the rack, and there was this little black kid on the playground because you know how like the playground is right next to the bike rack. And I'm taking my bike off, and I see his mouth kind of move, but I'm listening to Skrillex. I'm like jamming out. So I take my ear pod out, and I'm like, "What's that?" And he kind of like looks away. He was like too shy. So I'm like, "Okay." So I kept it out because I was like, maybe he wants to like say hi or something like that. And then he goes, "Is that your bike?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is my bike. Do you like it?" And then like 2 seconds later, he doesn't answer. He just goes, "Do you like black people or white people better?" No joke.
And what'd you say?
And I was like, I like all people equally.
That's a great answer.
I said that. And then this is what he comes back with. No, you have to choose.
Wow.
Yeah, he said I had to choose.
He gets it, dude. He should be on Twitter. That little black boy should be on Twitter.
So I told him, I was like, listen, I love black people. I love white people, but I hate.
Oh, dude!
And then his father arrested me because he was a cop. No, Bye, everyone.
Play the applause. Play the
Yeah,
applause.
play the
Baby, play the applause. Hey.
We'll see you next time. Or on the Patreon. On News from Bed. Good night.